Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. JRX26 here, and of course, my better looking to the left, Divinity.
Hi.
So we've been checking out some of JoCat's crap guides to Final Fantasy XIV, as well as JoCat's guides to Dungeons and Dragons. Divinity and I happen to be longtime D&D players, and we recently found out that JoCat had these guides to D&D, and they're absolutely amazing.
They're so good.
Oh my god, so good.
Love them.
So we checked out several of them already, and this one we have not yet. This is JoCat's Guide to D&D 5th Edition Alignment.
Yeah, so excited.
So with no further ado, let's check it out.
Hi, I just wanted to take a sec for more people to notice and understand this disclaimer. Most importantly, this part, I don't actually want to upset anybody. It's all part of the character, and I hope everyone keeps that in mind. We good?
We're good.
Everybody likes personality quizzes, right? See what's your spirit animal, how burnt of a toasted
Pause
slice
1
of bread
second.
you are.
It's sad that he has to actually put a disclaimer that people don't realize this is satire and that sort of
Yeah,
thing, right?
literally, it's clearly meant to be funny and not offensive.
Funny, a lot of effort, and informative. It's just kind of sad in a way that you have to
wildly
like
entertaining, and he deserves all the props.
let
for
people
that.
know he's not trying to offend anyone. Yeah. I'm glad he did, but it's still sad that that has to be the case, right?
True story. Yeah, it is.
All right, let's go.
Your worst trait as an employee based on the brand of cereal you like to buy. They're great because most of the time, if you don't like what the quiz results give you, you can look up which answers contribute to what result and just get the one that you wanted in the first place and then brag about it on social media. Wow, would you look at that? I'm such a Slytherin because I'm so cunning, right? Yeah, well, joke's on you. That was all an intelligent ruse. I'm actually a Ravenclaw. Or am I? Same with star signs. They're just vague enough that they can boil down to, you're a thoughtful individual who sometimes overthinks things and can be impulsive, but in the end of the day wants to do the best that you can for the people you care about while never settling for the worst possible outcome. And I could say I just described a Libra and they'd eat that shit up like they're a pet that just found some stray cardboard. Luckily, Dungeons and Dragons doesn't have any of that dumb personality shit that nerds argue about for hours on the internet in hopes to totally pwn the other side with facts and logic or anything. Welcome to a crap guide to D&D.
Alignments, let's go.
An old relic of the past and the easiest way to start fights both
Yes.
on and offline, the D&D alignment chart is its version of a personality quiz that no one can agree on.
Oh my
You've likely
goodness.
seen this tic-tac-toe board being used with pop culture characters being placed in each segment, giving a vague
Yes.
idea of what
Yep.
each of them means. But then all it takes is for you to put someone in the wrong place and then everyone starts throwing fists as if they had just found out that you used their facial hair razor to shave your butthole. Remember, characters can only be one alignment forever and must only ever do things considered to be that alignment because thinking about character depth and development is hard, and when people disagree with me, I take it as a personal attack. More importantly, as a player, you get to say
geez.
what your character's alignment is, and no one can ever debate that you're not playing that alignment because you know your character better than they do, and they're just jealous and wish their scrubby sheet was as cool as yours, so they can suck fat
my
nards.
Oh.
Small smooth brains think lawful means the literal sense as in following the law, but instead what it really means is having a strict set of rules, whether it be moral, legal, or
Yeah.
because your boss is telling you to do it. It's one of the most predictable alignments. 99% of the time when a lawful character sets out to do something through a promise or obligation, they actually follow through, which is why they make great fitness instructors, because when they say they're not gonna
Nice.
fuck your mom, they actually don't fuck your mom. A lawful good act is
Wow.
keeping the promise because it's the right thing to do. A lawful neutral keeps the promise because it is a promise and they're gonna stick by it even if fucking your mom saves the universe. And a lawful evil keeps the promise because they're
Oh
gonna
my
fuck your dad
God.
instead since he technically didn't say anything about him.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Inversely, the chaotic side of the chart are for characters that don't give a fuck about their integrity and do whatever the hell they want
Oh.
because they feel like it.
That
Small
looks like
smooth
it
brains will
hurts.
use this alignment as an excuse to be a total wangrod and have an inconsistent character with no definable traits. Also known as the chaotic alignment's more recognizable cousin, the stupid alignment, with its constant wacky lol so random XD approach to playing their character. The most common examples of chaotic acts are lying, cheating, and stealing, aka part of a rogue's balanced breakfast. A chaotic good is stealing from the rich and giving to the less fortunate. A chaotic neutral cheats to win a tournament and uses the winnings to eat something aside from a bread sandwich every night. And a chaotic evil will lie about not fucking your dad again and then burst into his bedroom as soon as you blink like a really slutty weeping angel.
Oh my goodness.
The good and evil sides of the alignment chart are pretty straightforward. Good is if you're a good person, and evil if you're a jackass. But that's a small smooth brain surface level understanding of good and evil, as in no, just because you don't stab people doesn't mean not stabbing them is a good act just because stabbing them is a lot easier. Good acts are ones that go out of the character's way to do good and help others, sometimes even to the good person's detriment, and oftentimes even if there's no promise of any sort of reward in return for the act. Like using your own hand to get a friend's favorite Lego set out of the toilet, even after a night of really spicy curry. In contrast, evil is pretty
Wow.
straightforward, i.e. actions that could actively harm people, or not caring about how those actions could knowingly harm people. An evil act would be being the person who threw the Lego set into the toilet, knowing full
Oh
well
my
it could be
gosh.
somebody's favorite. But good and evil doesn't just mean motives, it means methods too, and just because you have nice ends doesn't mean having mean means makes it any less mean. Example, you've caught a kidnapper and need to find out where they're hiding their captive so you can save them. A good act could be offering some snacks and a binge watch of their favorite show in return for information, whereas an evil act would be chopping their nipples off.
Oh.
God.
The neutral cross of the alignment chart is for players who are terrified of commitment and refers to acts that either don't fall on either side of the good, evil, or lawful, chaotic side of the spectrum, or characters that are horse for choice and like to do whatever tickles their pickle the most, depending on the situation. Maybe they'll be employee of the month for one boss and then shit on the desk of their next. Basically, the neutral ends of the alignment chart are the most pure and concentrated, like the curvature of my butt cheeks, and do basically anything and everything that could be considered the essence of that side of the chart. And of course, the middle ground, true neutral, aka the one that's always playing devil's advocate for literally everything, like they spend 10 hours a day discussing opinions on Reddit. And there you have it, the totally accurate, totally objective descriptions for each side of the alignment chart with no room for any other interpretations whatsoever. And if anyone tries to argue otherwise, they can suck fat nards. Also, never let players pick their own alignment, because when they do, it actually looks like this. But that's totally because I'm such a Gemini, and we don't think people are self-aware enough to be able to categorize themselves without being subconsciously influenced by their own personal biases. And now you know how to use alignment. You're welcome.
Wow.
That was great, dude.
That was great. It was very intense.
Yeah.
There was some hard descriptions in there.
Yeah. Dude,
strong descriptions.
He packs so much information in like such a small like time frame. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I feel like I got hit by like a truck of knowledge.
You know what I think is great about his guides is that they, like I said before, they're informative, but they're fun and fast. I think they'd be great. I think someone actually mentioned it in the comments on one of the ones we watched before. Like, they'd actually be great if you're a DM and you got new players to like send them to them on like session 0 as required viewing to get you a little break into D&D, the different aspects and stuff like alignment, etc.
Yeah, I agree, and I think he uses like very like extreme examples, but using extreme examples really helps you like understand it better because it helps you like understand the nuances between. So I feel like it's amazing. But yeah, you're right. It'd be great to send to new players.
Great job. I love that one.
Yeah, he's amazing.
All right, guys, thank you so much. And we will see you in the next one.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night.